Hello there, and welcome once again to the Mayor's Magazine. I'm Mick Cornett, the Mayor of Oklahoma City, and this is our program for December 2017. Thank you for joining us. Well, it's that time of year, and we have one of our annual highlights. It's downtown OKC's Christmas, what do we call it? Christmas?
Downtown in December.
Downtown in December. How could I forget that? And it's all coming up. In fact, it started in late November, right after Thanksgiving. We lit the Christmas tree. Santa was there. But now people can count on these events every day going on in December. And with me, I have Riley Cole and Danielle Dodson. Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks
all
for
right,
having
so
us.
Riley, tell us about downtown in December and why people should come to this. Just kind of a general overview, and then we'll go into individually to the different attractions.
Sure. So Downtown in December is a series of holiday events that happen in and around downtown, and we're going on 15 plus years now, and it includes everything from the ice rink and Saturdays with Santa to, you know, the tree lighting festival that just happened, all the holiday shows and more. And, you know, I think it's just such an incredible time for visitors and residents and locals to come to Oklahoma City, because no matter what you're doing, you get to enjoy everything under the holiday lights. And so it's a magical time.
And Danielle, this has become a tradition for a lot of people in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, people in Oklahoma City, and people come from Tulsa and Lawton area, so it's all over, and it's a family tradition to go to the ice rink and skate there under the lights this year. The lights are new, and go snow tubing and just Christmas lights, just doing all the family activities.
Well, I want to talk about the ice rink first.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first started it, you know, it was over in front of the Civic Center, and then we moved it, redid the myriad botanical gardens, and now it's just such a highlight. So with the expanded lights, is that going to increase the hours?
The hours aren't increased that I know of, but they are open late during fall break, so it's going to be a great attraction to bring the kids out. I think they're open until 11 p.m. during fall break, but the Christmas lights, or the lights that are hanging over the ice rink, are kind of just makes it picture perfect. It was beautiful with the coal cord behind there, but now with those Christmas lights strung across it, it's just kind of magical.
Yeah. Well, and people don't have to have their own skates. They can come down.
No, for $13 you get a skate rental included, and that's for all ages. And if you have your own skates, it's only $8 admission. So you can bring your own skates if you're the professional skater.
All right, Riley, Devon's Saturday with Santa. What is that all about?
Yeah, so Saturdays with Santa is the event that Devon produces, and it's December 2nd, 9th, and 16th this year. And families and kiddos can come out, and there's photos with Santa, there's story time with Mrs. Claus, there's crafts and performers, and they also have a train you can ride on that goes outside, you know, around the gardens and then back into Devon. And then something I think is unique is the myriad gardens during Saturdays with Santa, they also, you know, program their lobby. And so it's just the perfect to go from Devon right over to the gardens and back and forth. So you can fill up your Saturday just within that one area.
Yeah, and do you have to wait in line? What's the deal with that?
So with Saturdays with Santa, you can walk right in, but if you want to take a photo with Santa, you get in line and you sign up, and then they will actually text you when it's your time to go visit
neat.
Santa.
So you don't have to wait around all day long.
Right. You can still go and enjoy everything, and then when it's your time, you can do that.
You guys have thought all of this through, haven't you? Okay, the holiday pop-up shops in Midtown, and I'm guessing that's one of the things you could do while you're waiting for your number to be called.
Yeah, the holiday pop-up shops are returning again this year, and they're in that lot that's at 10th and Hudson in Midtown. So those are the geodesic domes that just kind of look like igloos, kind of popped up on that lot, and there's rotating shops every week. So they're open Thursday through Sunday and every week until Christmas. So you can go and every week have a different shopping experience, but there's several different local shops there.
Right, and the free holiday water taxi rides, what's that all about?
Yes, so this has been happening for many years, and it's one of the key favorites during downtown in December. And so Thursdays through Sunday nights, there's free water taxi rides. And I think last year we had over like 10,000 riders. Yeah, so it's definitely an attraction. And then you get to enjoy the canal lights and everything that's there. And so yeah, this is one of the key favorites. So Thursdays through Sundays.
And that's the best way to see the land run sculptures.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Get on the canal boat and go all the way.
Certainly.
And so I remind people, if they have family and friends coming in December and they've never been there, they definitely should go down and see the land run sculptures. And although you can park over there and see them, out of the side of the boat takes you right there.
Right
Yeah,
through it,
yeah.
actually. You can see it on both sides. It's really neat.
It is, and we have some new sculptures. So even if people have been there before, they haven't seen the
Right.
the new additional sculptures that are now available. All right, Lights on Broadway. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so Lights on Broadway happened a couple weeks ago, and this was our second time to do it. And so last year it was the inaugural event, and this one is really to kick off the light display in Automobile Alley. So we have the light curtains that are just stunning, and those are an attraction in itself. And so we had carriage rides, and Santa was walking around, and we had outdoor movies and all kinds of stuff. So it was a great event.
All right, and the ballet is going to be busy.
Yes. So I think they have 8 shows this year. The Oklahoma City Ballet is presenting the Nutcracker, and they also have special tea with the ballerinas on Saturdays. So you can go up there and get like a special behind the scenes kind of look with the up close and personal with the dancers. But there's 8 showings this year, and it's just a magical thing to get to see every year. I think it kind of makes everybody's holiday season to be able to see the Nutcracker.
And is that take place at the Civic Center?
Yeah, it's at the Civic Center.
And is the tea at the Civic Center
The
too?
tea is in the lobby, yeah, there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. All right, and other events that you
Yeah, so we have a
recall?
couple others. There's another shopping event that just happened, Deluxe Winter Market, and that one was on November 25th, and that one was really displaying like artisans and homemade goods. And so that one's definitely a key favorite in downtown in December. And then also coming up on December 9th is the Sandridge Santa Run. So this one's super fun. People dress up in like holiday costumes, and I know we always see like reindeer and elves, and we have a costume contest, and it's pretty competitive. So this is a 5K race, and then we also have a 1-mile run and a kids dash. So that one's coming up, so people can still register.
Neat. And where, if people want to register, do they go to your website?
Yes, all of the information about all the events is on downtowninDecember.com.
Okay, downtowninDecember.com. Anything else we need to know? It seems like a lot of these things are free at no
Yes.
charge.
Yes.
Free or very minimal charge, yeah.
Yeah.
So the snow tubing is also back this year at the Bricktown Chickasaw Ballpark. And so that's through, I think, the end of the month they have snow tubing rides. So you can go for, I think, $14 this year, and you get a 90-minute pass. And so you get to go from, I think it's the 3rd level of the ballpark down to the field. And so that's a thrill, too.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is fun. And 90 minutes is enough.
Yes,
I mean, I don't know
you're
who
tired
could, I
at
don't
the
know who
end
could
of
go
it.
more than about 45
Lugging
minutes
that
personally.
tube isn't easy.
Because you got to walk up the stairs, and so
Right.
it is not for the out of shape. So people should start doing some exercise.
Bring some extra kids to carry your
Yeah,
tube for
there
you.
you go. You've done this before. Your experience. Well, I want to thank Downtown in December for all the work that goes into this, and you make the holiday season so much more fun in downtown Oklahoma City. And of course, you look back 20 years ago, there wouldn't have been much reason to come downtown
Right.
in December, and now it is like the focal point in some ways for the entire state to come down and enjoy Oklahoma City and the downtown December event. So please pass along our appreciation to the staff that makes all this possible.
Yeah, of
Thanks.
course.
And I encourage everyone in the state of Oklahoma to get down there and enjoy downtown in December. A lot of things to do for free, a lot of things to do that are minimal cost. But if you have family and friends visiting for the holidays, it is the best way to show them a good time and to entertain them in Oklahoma City. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine after this.
If one word could describe auto bill pay from Oklahoma City Utilities Customer Service Division, it would be Simplematic. Because auto bill pay makes it simple to schedule automatic payments for your utility bill. And that's simply Simplematic. Go to okc.gov and click Online Payments to schedule payments from your bank account. And boom, your bill gets paid automatically, on time, every time, month after month. You can review bills on your computer or smart device and set limits to avoid overdrafts. With auto bill pay, worrying about utility bills is a thing of the past. Visit okc.gov today and sign up for auto bill pay, the Simplematic way to pay your utility bill.
At At Embark, we're not just stops on a map or collection of random people. We are a community connected. Our choices on where to live, work, learn, meet, and play grow with the connections we create. And with strong connections come economic opportunities and vibrant communities. Where public transit goes, community grows. Plan your journey at embarkok.com.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. In this segment, we're going to learn more about Opening Night 2018, which actually takes place on December 31st. I believe that's a Sunday night this year. And we have 3 people here that are working daily to make this event a big success. Carissa Stevens and Justin Newton are closest to me, and Seth Lewis is on the end. Welcome back.
Thanks for
So
having
you
us.
guys are the co-chairs of the event. What does a co-chair do? Who wants to describe the duties of the co-chair?
Well, we kind of do all of the recruiting for volunteers. This is a volunteer-run event, so there's at least 100 volunteers that have been working on
Wow.
different committees to put
so
this on.
you owe a lot of favors to people at this
Basically,
point,
yeah.
right?
And we kind of act as the ambassadors for the event. So.
And go out and do all the publicity for it. And do you have to help find the sponsors as well?
That we
We do a little bit of that, but a lot of that, there's a lot of sponsors in place, and there's people that work for the Arts Council that do a lot of that as well.
did get to work with performers and food and kind of make some of those decisions too, though. It was fun.
So Seth, how many months a year does it take you to kind of pull this off?
We start planning opening night in the spring. So we pick our co-chairs in the spring,
Yeah.
and they start getting their committee list together, round up all the volunteers, and we get our permits all pulled, and we're ready to go. So it's about a 6-month process.
Yeah, and so you try to build on the preceding year every year?
We always try to do one step bigger.
Yeah. So how do you choose the bands? What's that process like?
Our volunteers, we have a programming committee, and they go through and listen to local artists, bands, some local favorites, and then they choose quite an eclectic mix so that everyone in the community has something that they can hear.
So what types of music are going to be involved this year?
We've got stuff from a hip hop band for the kids, Celtic band, everyone's favorite Edgar Cruz will be in the library this year. So something for everyone.
Yeah, well, that sounds fun. And Carissa and Justin, what size crowds are you expecting this year?
I think upwards of 30,000.
Around,
Who's in charge of the weather between the two? Did y'all divide that out?
we haven't figured that out yet.
Well, and 30,000, that's just an amazing crowd. Is that pretty much the standard population for
It
one
is.
of these events now?
It is. That's what we've kind of seen in years past, and it's
Now, there's a lot of people watching this, and they're going to say, downtown or to park, there's too many people. So
There's
take
a ton
away
of places
some of
to
these
park.
hurdles. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't think that.
there's a lot of parking garages downtown.
Lot of
There's
street
also street parking with meters around downtown, and then with ride-sharing programs like Uber and Lyft, you don't even really have to worry about parking. You can just catch a ride downtown and be
on a
there.
Sunday night, it's probably not going to be a lot of business people who had used the parking
Right.
garages during the day on Sunday. So there ought to be plenty of parking down there. What's the best way to experience? If someone's never been, how do they find out information?
I think just going online to artscouncilokc.com is probably the best bet.
All the
All the
information is there.
information.
Wristbands are available there as well. You can get wristbands in advance. They're $8 in advance, $10 at the event. You can get them at the website also at all of the Metro 7-Elevens, the Mid-First Bank locations, the Museum of Art, Myriad Gardens, and like I said, on the website there. At Plenty Mercantile as well.
Plenty.
Yeah. Seth, if it's really, really cold, where do you recommend people go to stay out of the weather and still enjoy the evening? 'Cause
We have
some
great-
people are just not going to go if it's cold, and I
Well-
want you to take away that concern for them.
The way to handle that is we've got the indoor performance venues. So we've got shows going on from 7 to 11 o'clock. Then the Wise Guys start at 9 o'clock all the way to the finale. And once you get that good crowd of people, the 20, 30,000 people out there, and the excitement of opening night, you're not going to worry about the cold.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great time.
So are the Wise Guys outside on the big stage?
They on our finale stage right in front of Civic Center Music Hall and Bicentennial Park. And they'll play right up to the countdown with those awesome fireworks.
Very nice.
It'll be a good time.
And so when you start putting this together, obviously you got to have some help. What sort of help do you have in pulling this all off?
With great co-chairs, committees, and volunteers. art sponsorships that we do in kind, from Allied Steel bringing in the crane so we can rise the ball at midnight, to generous partners throughout the community really help us put it all together.
Yeah, and I guess the media is always there too.
It is. They'll be with us. We got a great day coming up actually on the 26th at Penn Square. The media will be there, and you can come out and preview a little bit of opening night before it even starts.
Well, that's fun. You remember all the bands that are coming? Anybody memorize the bands? Yeah, well, let's hear it.
There's some really great ones.
Yeah.
Cruz up in
Edgar
the
Cruz.
library.
I've seen Edgar
have a
many,
Latin-
many times, and I never get tired of it. Yeah, I mean,
We have a Latin band also in the library called Brisa Sur. We also have Steel Wind Bluegrass Duo, the House Sessions Celtic group, and
Adam and Kizzy in the children's area in the Hall of Mirrors.
and then we have OKC Improv and a magician,
Michael
King
King.
in City Hall,
really?
along with the Bricktown Clowns over in the Civic Center. So there's all kinds of
So
entertainment.
next time money disappears at City Hall, I can blame it on the magician. That's very helpful.
He's good. He's a favorite, and he always has has lines at the door. But don't worry, the shows rotate, so you'll never have to worry about missing out on one of the shows.
Oh, really? Okay. Very nice. And how much money does the Art Council generate for all this event?
I don't have a set number, but I know this is one of the programs that we give back to the community. We're all about bringing the arts and community together, and this is one that we definitely give back so the community can come together and enjoy opening night.
Do you work well with the Downtown in December group, who's kind of putting on a lot of events?
We
right
do. We
before
kind of try to
that?
coordinate some things, and they're great people and supporters of our organization.
Does this typically fill up the hotels in downtown Oklahoma City?
I don't have the numbers on who from out of town areas, but with all the activity going on, the Thunder game, our finale 5K brings in runners from all over the state. So, I mean, it definitely does help fill up the hotels for that evening.
You say there's a finale 5K?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Our finale 5K, we've moved it up this year. It's 3 p.m. We've got a brand new course out and back going south on Walker to the river trails and back. We'll have live entertainment along the route. And then, of course, the Thunder Entertainment drummers and storm chasers will help kick it off at 3 p.m.
All right. And so let's get the website address out there again. Carissa, can you tell us that?
It's www.artscouncilokc.com.
Okay. Carissa, thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Justin, you guys are, I know, working so much on this, so thank you for the time you've spent on it. And I know, Seth, this has been kind of your baby since spring, so thanks for doing your part.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it really does support a good cause. The Arts Council does so many great things in Oklahoma City, and I invite everyone to come out. And I have been there when it was cold, and I've been there when it wasn't cold, and I had a good time every time. And like Seth pointed out, when you're in a big crowd, it just doesn't seem all that cold when everybody's kind of standing that close together. Sleet, not a good thing, but other than that, I recommend you come downtown. There's plenty of free parking, and your kids and your families are going to have a great time with opening night, and that is December 31st. It's Sunday at the end of the month, and I hope you'll partake. And I want to thank these three for being a part of it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll have more on the Mayor's Magazine after this.
Did you know that the arts make a significant impact on education, the economy, and our quality of life in Oklahoma? Providing more than 10,000 jobs statewide, filtering more than $314 million into our economy? Yes, the arts create all kinds of beautiful things. And making Oklahoma an even better place to live is the most beautiful thing of all. It doesn't take a big donation to make big things happen. Support Allied Arts today. A little give is all it takes.
Convenient. Con, free, niet. It's the harmonious marriage of free and convenient. And it's the perfect word to describe the mobile app from Oklahoma City Utilities Customer Service Division. Download it free today and manage your OKC utility account on the go. You can check your bill on your smartphone or device and pay your bill on the run, anywhere, anytime. Free app, convenient access. It doesn't get more convenient than that. Download the OKC Utilities app today, the convenient way to manage your Oklahoma City utility account.
Welcome back to the Mayor's Magazine. A special treat in this segment. Chase Kerby is here. Welcome to the Mayor's Magazine.
Thank you so much.
Oklahoma City native who has done quite well for himself in the entertainment world. I guess highlighted by that appearance on The Voice in season number 9. That's quite an honor.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy experience.
How does a person get on The Voice? I mean, did you contact them? Did they stumble onto your career? How'd that work?
The casting company emailed me, and they were holding auditions in Oklahoma City, and they said they saw, I guess, videos of a few performances of mine on YouTube, and then they also got my name from a few people around here that they had contacted. And my response initially, because I didn't, sometimes in my head I always thought, well, these auditions are just going to be like one long line at the local mall, and I didn't want to do that. And I was like, I mean, I'm interested, but they're like, no, these are private auditions, they're set up. And I was like, okay, cool. So so February of 2015, I had the audition. I got the phone call in March that I was being flown to Burbank for the executive auditions. And then by the time I left Burbank, they had announced that these are the folks that had made it to the blind auditions. And so then I went back. I was back in March, and then I went back all of June and taped, and then half of July, and then half of August. So I spent pretty much the whole summer in Studio City.
Very exciting. Okay, so growing up in Northwest Oklahoma City, when did you start performing for people?
Well, my dad was in Canterbury Choral Society for like 30-something years, and so I had always been around that. And then I started really writing my own songs and getting out when I was 15. So I'm about to start my 18th year of performing locally. And so I just had this drive, and I love, music kind of became this obsession, healthy obsession,
What type of instruments do you play?
Mainly guitar and piano, but also bass and drums. I played saxophone for about 7.5 years, but I gave that up because I couldn't sing and play it at the same time. It was a little difficult.
It would be hard.
It was, yeah.
And in high school, were you busy?
I was. In high school, I was in marching band for 2 years, and then in concert and jazz band, and then I was in choir for 3 years, really involved in student council, and then just kind of here and there random clubs, just anything I could get my picture in the yearbook with,
What type of music do you play?
It kind of ranges anywhere from just kind of indie rock to Americana, folk kind of stuff. So, I actually had this interesting conversation with someone just the other day about how sometimes it's really hard to they'll be like, well, what do you sound like? And I'm just kind of like, you'd
People
think
want
after
to throw you in a category, don't they?
Yeah, but you'd think after so many years, I would know. But so
you'd have an answer for that question.
Right, I should by now, But most of the time what I try to do is have like three influences, and then that kind of can help people get a general idea, So usually I'm like, kind of like, Jeff Buckley, Bruce Springsteen, and Tom Petty, those kind of people. So.
Yeah, and so when you sit down to write, you're inspired by what, your life experiences or things you've heard? Or
just
what?
Life and sometimes often what my friends go through, and what I'll do is kind of empathize with them and put myself in their shoes. And really just, for me, it's poetry and lyrics and songwriting has always been this really good, just emotional release, and I'm a big proponent of positive mental health, and so it's always been really good for me. So it just becomes this it's almost like a journalistic mentality when I write. I just try to make the lines rhyme,
Do you play with others? Is this
I've fronted 4 bands here since I was in high school. But I play guitar and piano for guys like Graham Colton and Bo Jennings and the Tigers. I've sat in with Travis Linville, and then just a slew of other musicians. So probably about 8 bands or projects other than my own normal stuff. So.
You must be excited about all the new venues that Oklahoma City's created.
Super excited, and I think Graham and the guys over at the Jones are doing an awesome job. Chad and Steven at Tower Theater are doing an amazing job at that place. I mean, it's so. Out of all the venues I've played around the country, Tower Theater is just one of the coolest, nicest places, and they did it right. And even being able to see kind of some of the local bars step up and say okay, well, we need smaller venues too, because Oklahoma has one of the most amazing music scenes I've ever seen in any state.
Right.
And I think that I think that it's really important that we have people and places that are like, yeah, like here's your open door. Come on and hit the stage, you know.
All right, and you have a new album out?
I put out a new EP back in September, and I start this month on a brand new full-length record. So that'll be titled Concentrated Carbon, and it'll be coming out in the late spring.
Okay, and what's the best way for us to find your music and to listen to it?
You can find it on iTunes and Spotify, just under Chase Kerby. My last name is spelled Kerby, which is the confusing part. And then chasekerby.com, and there's links to everything on there, including social media handles and all that stuff. So.
All right, and you're willing to stick around and play a song for us?
Absolutely, I'll play a brand new one. So.
All right. Well, I hope everyone out there at home will check out Chase's music. It's available, as he said, at several opportunities. Chase is a graduate of ACM at UCO and also Putnam City North High School, and I hope you share my pride with Chase and his career. He's performed for us on The Voice and also at plenty of venues around town. He's going to help us end the season of the 2017 series of Mayor's Magazines. Here is Chase Kerby. Thanks for joining us.
This is a song called Tightrope.
With the last cigarette in the dirt, with a question in your mouth. Tied up like a tightrope that's never coming down. Who among you could tell me you got it figured out? Yeah, who among you can say you got it figured out? Like a backdrop with nowhere else to go. But I see you a time bomb, baby, it's ready to explode. But if you knew the story's ending, you'd never watch the show. So maybe we could stop pretending, 'cause maybe we don't know. It comes down to this. It comes down to this. And no one ever told us so. Oh, it comes down to this. And no one ever told us so. So the last silhouette of the day I see inside the room. Oh, it's more than just those empty walls. It's a God-feared ruse. That I can light 1,000 candles and take you so far. Yeah, paradise won't mean a thing if you don't love where you are. No one ever told us so. Yeah, no one ever told